internet was just all we really had were yeah, sorry, that sounds a bit serious. That shouldn't be. I mean, I think something to consider if you're writing. Yeah, at the end of the film, you don't really feel sad for is the dark, the bloody. I guess that's something really important to consider because it looks like during the film it was raining, and lucky for us, it stopped raining. Wow, look at this Fuchu area of Tokyo. I mean, these trees are just magnificent. I guess this is the town where FC Tokyo, J-League Soccer, hometown, I guess. But look at these trees, aren't they something else? I mean, I grew up in a time when yeah, internet was just an infant, and video games played on the palm of your hand, still just a dream. So all we really had were neighborhood, our friends, and trees. But wow, these trees are beautiful. Look at that. But another thing about this area, Fuchu, in Tokyo, noticed that the aging population of Japan is yeah, quite apparent. I mean, yeah, sorry, that sounds a bit serious. That shouldn't be. I mean, it's part of life and should be something that's celebrated, not feared, as in this movie X. Don't think I'll be able to look at seniors quite the same for a while since watching this film. But yeah, that's one thing about horror story is that I don't know, it's maybe something that, you know, is a positive when writing a horror film. Could be negative as well, but yeah, building that sympathy for the quote-unquote monsters or villains in the film. I think it worked well for X. I mean, looking at this aged couple all alone in the deep south, I guess not really coming to terms with having grown their advanced age and unable to live that life that our youth maybe the best time to live that kind of life, vibrant and nubile, so to speak. But yeah, it felt really, I mean, dripping with pathos, but kind of sad. And I think that kind of good thing when writing any story, let alone a horror film. At the same time, I don't know, just kind of takes you, I mean, it's just so realistic, I mean, relatable. So it kind of takes you out of that really twisted element in this film. Not the only film that really does that, too, in terms of horror. Where are we? Wow, this is Daikoku Nantaka Kamisha. Oh, look at this temple. But yeah, there's kind of a delicate balance between building sympathy for all characters in a horror film, but also that sympathy for the main villains in the film. It's quite a fine line, walking that tightrope. But yeah, I just felt really kind of sad. So I can understand but it might be detrimental to the film becoming a kind of cult classic. Really well-made film. The prosthetics, all the gore created by the Weta special effects company out in New Zealand, who also did the classic Lord of the Rings trilogy by Peter Jackson. But yeah, I think something to consider if you're writing a horror film. Don't make it too sad. Classics like Evil Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street. At the end of the film, you don't really feel sad for any of the characters. But yeah, check it out. X. I think it's a good film. This eagle perched atop this monument. I'm gonna have to check later, find out the name of this area. But yeah, there is an eagle in the film X, and it came at a time in the film where they just, it was beautiful shot. I mean, really, this kind of sky overhead shot of this pond where the main character in the film is skinny dipping. And yeah, it's just I don't know, in my film going time, I've never seen such a shot like that. Really quite it's a beautiful shot. It is, and in the theater, it's something to really marvel at, and really quite a surprise coming from horror film. Not to say that horror films can't have good cinematography, but yeah, it was just it was such a serene, beautiful shot. And I guess something that really balances the dark, the bloody, the twisted imagery in the film. And I guess that's something really important to consider, because something about our brains, like they say, it's in our modern times, with so much access to the news and different opinions, and just being able to see so many things happening in the world, our brains are really not prepared for that overload of information, especially stressful information, and during the the thing that the whole world is going through. It's stressful. Something important about especially writing in a horror film, leave some space where we can kind of be at ease before the SHIT hits the fan. This is quite interesting. It's kind of a variation of good luck charms. How do you say? It's like in Catholic churches, you light candles. You light candles to pray or to wish. And in Japan, a lot of different styles of writing your wishes down. And this one, I've never seen these before. I'm gonna have to check. I have to Google this to see exactly what they are. But it's gonna cost you 1,500 yen, 1,500 yen. Definitely have to check that out later on. But yeah, make sure when you're writing, consider our brains are really not designed to cope with long duration of stress. So that beautiful shot in the film still really clear in memory. Beautiful shot. You'll have to check it out. I mean, hey, am I advertising the film? I don't know, but if it piques your interest, I think you'll be as pleasantly surprised by that shot as I was. 18th, 18日to 22 of the, don't really want to say the word on YouTube because of and the exploration of the play Fleetwood Mac, Landslide, the characters like Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. Something about, especially Brain can do the same thing, which really upsets her boyfriend. Been a big fan of a lot of the 70s rock. Fuchu Station.